My beloved child, pause for just a moment and listen to my voice, for I am calling you with all the tenderness a father holds for his precious children, and I long for you to realize how intimately I care for you. Do not doubt that I see your heart in all its hidden chambers, and I want you to know that I have filled those very chambers with my unending grace. You are never alone, for I am always with you, enveloping you in my infinite love, and I will never leave you, no matter how distant you may feel. In this place of safety, let your fears dissolve, because I have already prepared my comfort and protection for you. Let your spirit rest in the warmth of my presence, knowing that your future is secure and that I will guide you step by step into new horizons. I see your yearning for deeper truth, and I sense that thirst for a life overflowing with meaning and genuine peace. Do not shy away from opening your heart to me, because I never grow tired of welcoming you, nor do I cast you aside when you stumble. I have witnessed your moments of triumph and your moments of quiet despair, and through it all, I have remained steadfast, whispering encouragement into your soul. You are the reason my love flows in rivers of mercy, and I want you to recognize that no matter the darkness around you, my light always finds a way to shine through. Embrace the comfort that comes from believing that I am not far off and distant, but rather intimately close, embracing you in every breath you take. Take courage now, for I am already working on great things you cannot yet see. Open your heart to these words, for they are meant to strengthen you and ignite hope in the depths of your spirit. I do not speak of empty promises, but of everlasting truths that have stood the test of centuries and will endure for all ages to come. My child, it brings me delight to remind you that you are cherished, valued, and never overlooked. For I fashioned you with a purpose that surpasses human understanding. Let these lines of comfort and assurance nurture your faith, allowing my voice to echo in your mind when doubts arise. Do not give up when challenges appear overwhelming, because I am with you in every trial, eager to support and carry you through the storm. Believe this: I have already paved roads that lead to a future brimming with possibility. Today, allow me to speak directly to your heart, offering you a gentle invitation to step closer into my protection. Do not cling to past burdens that weigh you down like chains, but surrender them into my capable hands, for I will transform them into testimonies of triumph. I yearn to shelter you beneath my wings, ensuring that none of your fears find foothold in your soul. Though you may wonder if I see your tears when they fall in solitude, know that I catch each one and hold them with compassion. Take this assurance: I have heard your cries, and I will not let your suffering go unnoticed or unanswered. I want to draw you ever nearer so you can feel the soothing rhythm of my heartbeat, which speaks of unwavering love and endless grace. You might have seen others fail you or turn to places that offered fleeting solace, but I stand before you as an unfailing fortress, ready to shield your heart from harm. Do not be afraid to lean on me, because there is no burden too heavy, no sin too grave, and no doubt too persistent for my boundless mercy to overcome. You are not alone, my child, and you never will be, for I have carved your name upon my palms, and I guard you with vigil that never ceases. Let gratitude blossom in your spirit as you rest in my all-encompassing presence, trusting that your life is a tapestry woven by my faithful hands. My promise to you is not simply to lift you above the storms, but to strengthen your wings so you can soar amidst the winds that once threatened to shatter your hope. Do not hold your heart back from me, even if you feel unworthy or unsure of what to say, because I am a patient listener, eager to hear each unspoken longing of your soul. Every time you whisper your prayers, I rejoice, and I lean in with divine attentiveness, ready to respond in ways both grand and subtle. Feel the warmth of my concern wrapping around you, for I am committed to leading you along paths that awaken peace, courage, and renewed faith. As you journey with me, you will discover that you are never lacking in provision or strength, for my storehouses of grace remain ever overflowing. Yes, there will be moments when the shadows of worry cast themselves upon your mind, attempting to steal your joy and rob you of hope. Yet I say to you, do not fear the uncertainties before you, for I stand as the guiding light. Look to me when your eyes grow weary of the storms that rage around you, and I will be the beacon that beckons you safely to shore. I will not grow weary of rescuing you, no matter how many times you stumble or find yourself adrift, because my heart is filled with compassion that knows no boundary. You are precious to me, more precious than you dare to believe, and I delight in seeing you flourish. Step forward in faith, relying on the assurance that I walk beside you and before you, clearing obstacles you cannot yet discern. When doubt whispers that you are unworthy or too broken for my love, hush that voice by remembering how deeply I value every fragment of your being. I created you intentionally, no mistake in the design of your personality, your abilities, or even the challenges you face, for these become the backdrop upon which my glory shines. Do not let your spirit be crushed by guilt or shame, because I stand ready to cleanse you from all that burdens your conscience. Trust that I have woven incredible potential into your soul, and I long to see it unfold in marvelous ways you might never have imagined. If you remain in my embrace, you will witness transformations that rival the blooming of a barren field into a garden of abundant life. Always remember, my beloved, that I have poured out a love so great it defies your limitations and human comprehension. This love is not a mere emotion, but a force that reaches beyond what you see and transforms the very foundation of your being. Though trials may come, I declare that they shall not destroy you, because my protection is unwavering, and my grace is sufficient to see you through. Rejoice in this truth, for when you stand at the edge of uncertainty, I stand with you, beckoning you onward with confidence and promise. Let your heart swell with hope, because I have carved out a destiny for you that is laced with victory and new beginnings. And now, my dear child, hear these words as a steady anchor for your soul. I am here, and I am working mightily on your behalf, weaving together the threads of your life into a wondrous tapestry. I will guard you, encourage you, and lift you up when you falter, setting your feet upon solid ground. Abide in me, talk with me, share with me the secrets you fear no one would understand, and allow my gentle whisper to guide you toward greater faith. Take heart, for the purpose of these words is to strengthen, comfort, and empower you, giving you the courage to rise and the endurance to keep believing. From this moment on, let your spirit be nourished with my promises and move forward in joyful expectation that the path ahead is bright with my blessing. You are of immeasurable worth in my eyes, a sacred treasure that I hold with great delight, for I fashioned you with a masterful hand that made no errors. Even when you question your significance, I want you to remember that before you were formed, I already knew your name and wrote your story with loving detail. The very hairs on your head are counted, and every breath you take matters, for you carry the imprint of my eternal design. Do not underestimate yourself based on the shifting standards of the world, because I see in you the reflection of my own nature, imbued with compassion, resilience, and boundless potential. Let these truths settle into the core of your heart, for you will find the confidence to step forward once you realize how precious you truly are. I rejoice every time you draw near to me, for your presence is not just another face among the multitudes, but rather a cherished individual that fills my heart with gladness. Be assured that I do not measure your value by your achievements or social status, but rather by the sincerity of your heart and the love you extend to others. Just as a shepherd cares for each sheep, and will search far and wide for the one that wanders. So do I vigilantly seek you, calling you by name until you realize you are not forgotten. Consider how a small flame can light up an entire room. Likewise, your very existence brings warmth and illumination to the lives of those around you. Lean on my unwavering affirmation, for even when others fail to recognize your radiance, I have already declared you worthy and beloved. You might have grown accustomed to the doubts that creep in during your quiet moments, persuading you to believe you are inadequate or unlovable, but know that I, the Creator of the heavens, see no flaw in what I have made. Rather, I see seeds of greatness yearning to sprout, waiting for the proper nourishment of faith and courage. Your life is like a grand canvas upon which my artistry can shine, revealing shades and hues that reflect my glory in countless ways. Therefore, do not let the voices of negativity drown out the melody of love I continually sing over you, because no earthly opinion can overshadow the truth of your eternal value. Hear me now as I say, you are wonderfully made, a masterpiece set apart for divine purposes that stretch beyond mere human understanding. When the weight of self-doubt presses on your shoulders, come to me and let my words of affirmation be the antidote to your fears. Know that your story holds chapters filled with promise and hope, for I would not place within you gifts that serve no function. Instead, I have granted you abilities that, when guided by my Spirit, produce works of compassion, creativity, and restoration to a world in need. Imagine a sparrow that flies confidently in the sky, trusting the wind beneath its wings, and recall how even this tiny bird never escapes my gaze. How much more do I then value your soul, with all its complexities, longings, and desires? Rest in the awareness that I behold you with a fondness that transcends all human comprehension. You were made to shine, even when darkness attempts to cloak your identity, and I will not permit shadows to silence the essence of who you are. My light within you is stronger than any fear or failure, and as you trust in me, your worth becomes evident not only to yourself, but to those you influence every day. Trust this promise. I will uplift you when you are low and steer you toward paths that reveal your hidden capacities. Do not hide behind past mistakes or regrets, because they do not define your value. Rather, they become stepping stones that pave the way to wisdom and empathy for others. If you would only look through my eyes, you would see the goodness that I have woven into every fiber of your being. Sometimes it is the simplest acts of kindness that mirror your divine worth most vividly. A caring word to a friend, a gentle touch to comfort someone in need, or even a prayer whispered in secret. These moments, though small in your estimation, shine like golden threads in the tapestry of your life, reflecting my heart to those who yearn for hope. Do not discount the power of these small gestures, for in them lies the essence of your purpose, a purpose grounded in love and tenderness. Just as a tiny seed contains the potential of a great tree, so your everyday choices carry the seed of transformation for your world. Rejoice in the knowledge that no act of love is ever wasted, and each one strengthens your identity as my beloved. Let go of the quest for worldly approval that can so easily ensnare you, causing you to forget the immeasurable value I have already bestowed upon you. Remember, material possessions and fleeting praise will fade, but the treasure of a heart aligned with my truth remains eternal. Embrace the simple joys that I place along your path each day, for through gratitude and openness, your worth finds a steady foundation that no storm can erode. Your accomplishments and challenges alike serve as opportunities to reflect my grace, showing others that real worth is not tied to applause, but to the unwavering acceptance found in me. Yes, I want you to succeed and use your gifts fully, but I also long for you to find peace in the knowledge that you are enough, simply because I have declared it so. I formed you not to walk this journey alone, but to experience the richness of meaningful connection, both with me and with those around you. When you encourage a discouraged friend, when you lend a helping hand, or when you join in worship and prayer, you manifest the beautiful reality of who you are. Consider how a single note in a grand symphony can seem insignificant, yet it contributes to the entire masterpiece when played in harmony with others. Similarly, your life, in concert with the lives you touch, creates a remarkable melody that resonates with hope, healing, and love. Never doubt that your presence is needed in this grand design, for I have placed you precisely where your influence is most needed, and your unique essence completes a picture that would be lacking without you. If you feel overlooked or dismissed by the world, remember that your Creator treasures you so deeply that no act of disregard can diminish my adoration. I watch over you as an artist admires their most cherished work, checking every detail and perfecting every stroke. Yet I do not treat you as an inanimate object. You are a living, breathing being, endowed with freedom and wonder, and I marvel at the choices you make in pursuit of righteousness and love. Trust that I am continually refining you, molding you into a vessel of kindness, joy, and steadfast faith. Keep your heart open to my guidance, and you will see your inherent worth flourish, like a garden bursting into bloom under the watchful care of a devoted gardener. Hold fast to this truth. I see you, I love you, and I am proud of the person you are becoming, even in the midst of struggles. Let your doubts dissolve in the river of my affirmation, for I am the only one with the authority to define you. I have called you worthy, and no earthly circumstance can void that declaration. Move ahead with boldness, carrying the knowledge of how precious you are to me, and let that knowledge anchor your soul in every situation. As you place your trust in my unchanging nature, I will reveal to you fresh dimensions of your value, ushering you into deeper levels of faith and joy. Remember always, I see you as more than enough, and I am thrilled to watch you step fully into that reality. I know the troubles that weigh upon your heart, the moments when you toss and turn through the night, grappling with fears that whisper insidious lies. Do not believe that you must face these battles on your own, for I am your ever-present help, standing guard even when you cannot see me. Like a lantern lighting your path in the darkest valley, my presence illuminates the shadows that threaten to overwhelm your mind, guiding you toward hope. I understand the weariness that overtakes you when you have given your all and feel as though you have nothing left to offer. Even in that emptiness, I am there, ready to fill you with renewed strength that transcends human limitations, assuring you that though you stumble, you will not fall beyond my reach. I see the burden of responsibility you carry for your loved ones, the concern for their well-being and future that can seem too heavy to bear. When you feel like you're at the end of your rope, remember that my shoulders are broad enough to carry every weight you surrender to me. Do not fear that I will grow impatient with your repeated cries, for my compassion is infinite and my mercy knows no boundary. Let your soul find rest in the truth that I am already working on solutions to problems that seem insurmountable to you. Though the timing of my help may appear uncertain, trust that my ways are higher than your ways, and my perspective encompasses a grander tapestry than you can envision. I hear your questions about the future, the quiet inquiries of your heart, asking whether you will have enough provision, enough wisdom, and enough courage to meet the days ahead. Do not let worry consume you, for I am the one who provides for the birds of the air and the flowers of the field. How much more will I provide for you, my precious child? Fear not, for I know your needs before you voice them, and I delight in caring for you in ways that display my loving fidelity. When you are tempted to measure my love by the trials you face, remember that I never promised a life devoid of challenges. Instead, I promised that I would be with you in the fire. that I would calm the raging seas, and that I would walk alongside you through every storm. I am well aware of the tears you've shed behind closed doors, the prayers you mutter under your breath, and the hidden aches that you dare not reveal to anyone else. My heart aches with yours, for I am intimately acquainted with every sorrow and every disappointment. When others overlook your pain or dismiss it as trivial, I take note, and I am near, providing comfort in ways that may seem quiet but are profoundly real. Cling to the truth that even in your most fragile moments, I have not abandoned you, and in fact I draw even closer to those who are broken-hearted. Place your shattered hopes into my hands, and watch as I mend them with a skillful tenderness that only the master healer can provide. Yes, I know you have faced injustice and betrayal, times when you felt misunderstood or wrongly accused, and your soul cried out for vindication. Hear me. No act of treachery escapes my sight, and I will not allow evil to triumph unrestrained. Yet I ask you to trust in my timetable and my methods, for sometimes I use what the enemy intended for harm to shape you into a stronger, wiser soul. Resist the urge to carry bitterness in your heart, because that only binds you to pain, whereas my path leads to freedom. Though you may not see the immediate fruit of your endurance, I promise that I am cultivating resilience and a deeper compassion within you, forging qualities that shine like refined gold. In the throes of your struggles, you might question whether your faith is enough, or if your prayers ever reach me. Do not worry that you must conjure a grand display of holiness to gain my attention, because I do not operate like earthly rulers who demand pomp and ceremony. Your simplest cry, your faintest, most desperate, "Help me," pierces through the heavens and moves my heart. Trust that I am never bored or dismissive of your petitions, regardless of how many times you have repeated them. Rather, I urge you to keep pressing in, to keep seeking, knocking, and asking, for I assure you that my response, though sometimes delayed, is never denied. Do you see the seeds of hope I plant even in your darkest moments? These seeds are hidden within the trials themselves, growing in the fertile soil of trust when you decide to lean on me. Just as a seed must break open underground before it can sprout, so your spirit grows stronger when tested by adversity. Instead of running from challenges, bring them to my throne, and let me shape your character and perspective through them. I am not in the business of crushing your spirit. Rather, I am in the business of refining and elevating it. And as you persevere, you will find that the very storms you dreaded become catalysts for growth and deeper intimacy with me. When the winds of life blow relentlessly, remember that I am your anchor, holding you steady in a sea of uncertainty. I will not allow the raging waters to devour you, though they may rock your vessel and test your sense of stability. You can cry out to me, and I will respond, sometimes by silencing the storm and other times by strengthening you to endure it. In either case, my power is displayed, and your faith emerges more robust than before. The clouds may linger, but never doubt that behind them, my sun of grace and goodness still shines, ready to break forth in due season. Take courage in the knowledge that I am with you, not only when life is peaceful, but also in the thick of your fiercest struggles. You need not wait until the trial subsides to seek my comfort, for I am fully present in every season. Whether you face the heartbreak of loss, the pressures of financial strain, or the loneliness of feeling misunderstood, come to me. Pour out your heart. Express your anger and confusion if you must, for I will not turn away from your raw emotions. Let me be the one who validates your experience while guiding you toward healing, because I am the safe haven you have been searching for in the midst of chaos. Always remember that my understanding of your struggles is complete and profound, not limited by human perception or constrained by time. I see the beginning, the middle, and the end of your story, and I am constantly weaving together the pieces for your good. Even when you cannot see the bigger picture, Trust that I am crafting a masterpiece of redemption from every tear and every trial. Stand firm, my child, and know that your hardships do not signify my absence, but rather present opportunities for my grace to shine all the more brightly. Move forward in this hope, for I am carrying you through each challenge, and you are never alone under my watchful care. I am your shield, the one who stands between you and the assaults that threaten to break your spirit, and I take this responsibility with absolute seriousness. Do not wonder whether my protection falters when calamity seems to touch your life, for I see beyond the immediate circumstances to orchestrate a plan that brings you to a place of security. My covering is not always visible to the naked eye, but trust that it is there, holding back dangers you might never perceive. Even when the storms rage and the winds howl, I stand resolute, ensuring that you are not consumed by the chaos. Take comfort in my unwavering stance, for I will guard your heart and mind, allowing you to find rest in the midst of the tempest. As a refuge in every storm, I provide you with a sanctuary where your anxious thoughts can be stilled and your hope renewed. Like a fortress carved into an unshakable mountain, I welcome you to take shelter under my watchful gaze. This refuge is not just a physical space, but a spiritual reality, where my presence envelops you, forming a barrier against despair. Though trials may still swirl around you, they cannot breach the walls of my steadfast love, which stand firm against all adversaries. The peace I offer does not rely on changing circumstances. Rather, it stems from the knowledge that I, the Lord of all creation, am the guardian of your soul. Right now, I am opening doors you cannot yet perceive, preparing routes of deliverance and pathways of blessing that will amaze you when they finally come into view. Do not be discouraged if some doors seem to close, because I often work through redirection to guide you to a place of greater fruitfulness. Your perspective is finite, but my wisdom is boundless, and I account for every detail of your journey. Entrust your steps to me, believing that I will lead you with precision, even when the road takes unexpected turns. Each closed door might be a gentle nudge toward the open one that stands waiting, a gateway to opportunities that align perfectly with the destiny I have planned for you. I have pledged myself to your protection, and this promise is sealed with my eternal word, unbreakable by any circumstance. When you feel exposed or vulnerable, call upon me, and I will hide you under the shadow of my wings, where the enemy cannot lay a hand on you. Evil may prowl around like a roaring lion, but its roar is no match for my voice of authority. Trust in my power to shield you from harm, for I will set a hedge around you that no foe can penetrate without my permission. Should you encounter adversity, know that I will either remove it or use it for your ultimate good, converting what was intended for your downfall into a stepping stone for triumph. I am your fortress, not merely a temporary escape, but a stronghold you can retreat to at any time, secure in the knowledge that my gates never close. Think of how a tower rising above the plains provides a vantage point to see the horizon clearly, allowing you to spot incoming threats and find solace in a place of altitude and safety. In the same way, when you enter into my presence, you gain a higher perspective that reveals the insignificance of troubles that once loomed large. Do not grow weary of seeking me. Indeed, make my presence your first resort, and not your last. You will find refreshment for your soul and renewed strength for your body in the stronghold of my everlasting arms. Sometimes the manifestation of my protection comes through the whisper of wisdom, an inner prompting that cautions you to pause, to turn, or to act in a manner contrary to your initial plan. Heed these gentle nudges, for they are my hand steering you away from unseen perils or guiding you toward divine appointments. I might protect you through the counsel of a friend, through a sudden shift in circumstances, or even through a disappointment that stops you in your tracks. When you look back later, you will marvel at how perfectly I orchestrated each moment to guard you from harm. Remain attentive to my spirit, for my guidance is a shield for those who learn to listen and obey. My help is ever present, yet it often unfolds in ways that require patience and trust. Perhaps you have prayed for a swift rescue, only to find that my intervention arrives through a process rather than an instant miracle. This does not mean I have abandoned you. Rather, it reflects my desire to involve you in your own deliverance, building spiritual muscle and teaching you to rely on my faithfulness. Sometimes the journey of help includes the refining of your heart, as you let go of pride or fear and walk humbly in dependence on me. Embrace these seasons of growth, for they prepare you to handle greater blessings and responsibilities on the other side of the struggle. When danger seems imminent, call upon me without hesitation, for I am never too distant or too occupied to come to your defense. Like a mother bird spreading her wings to protect her young, I will move swiftly to shield you, employing both natural and supernatural means to secure your well-being. My intervention can manifest through the calming of a raging tempest, or the still, small voice that instructs you to be still and watch my salvation unfold. Trust that no threat is too great, no circumstance too dire for me to handle. The power that formed the galaxies stands ready to safeguard your life, and that same power dwells within you through my Spirit. Remember, my beloved, that my help extends beyond merely fending off hardship. I am also committed to equipping you with the tools and wisdom needed to flourish. I do not simply remove obstacles from your path, but I empower you to overcome them, teaching you resilience and perseverance. Through prayer, through the renewal of your mind, and through fellowship with others who love me, you learn to wield the weapons of faith that shatter strongholds of doubt and despair. I long for you to recognize that you are never a passive bystander in our relationship. Rather, you are an active participant, a warrior clothed in my armor, ready to stand against any force that threatens your peace. Settle in your heart the truth that I will never fail you, for my nature is unwavering and my word is absolute. Even in moments when you feel surrounded, outnumbered, or on the brink of defeat, fix your eyes on me and behold how I fight on your behalf. There will be times when I call you to step out in bold faith, times when I instruct you to stay still and see my deliverance, and times when I provide a way of escape you never considered. Regardless of the method, my promise remains sure. I will protect and help you in every season of life, and nothing can separate you from my steadfast love. I invite you now to draw near to me with honesty and openness, laying bare the cares that trouble you, for prayer is the key that unlocks the storehouses of my grace. Do not be intimidated by formality, nor believe that eloquence is needed to gain my attention, because I cherish even the simplest cry of your heart. Let the conversation between us flow naturally, as you would share your concerns with a cherished friend, for I am that friend and far more. When you pray, you are not offering words into the void. You are reaching into the realm of divine possibility, where miracles are birthed and hopes are renewed. So speak to me as you rise in the morning, as you walk through the day, and as you retire at night, for I am always listening. When anxiety grips you, do not hold your concerns within, allowing them to fester until they dominate your thoughts. Instead, bring them to my throne, trusting that I can transform your worries into a deeper reliance on my faithfulness. A whispered plea in a moment of panic can shift the atmosphere around you, reminding you that you are not facing life's challenges single-handedly. Prayer is the channel by which you connect to my limitless power, ensuring that you need not collapse under burdens meant to be shared with me. Even if your requests seem large or impossible, present them to me boldly, knowing that I delight in demonstrating my might on behalf of my children. Trust, my beloved, is the bridge that spans the gap between your need and my provision, yet this trust does not come from your own striving. Rather, it grows as you experience my care in the small things and recall my track record of faithfulness through every season of your life. When your mind floods with doubts, look back on the milestones of answered prayers, on the moments I carried you through what appeared insurmountable. Let those memories stir up confidence that I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. Make a habit of stepping out in faith, even when the path ahead is unclear, for I honor the one who takes me at my word and believes in my love. I do not demand perfection before you come to me, for I see your frailties and long to be your strength in weakness. When you stumble, do not linger in guilt or shame, but return swiftly to the place of communion with me. Trust that my forgiveness is not withheld until you prove yourself worthy, because it was already secured through the ultimate act of my sacrificial love. This mercy should inspire you to approach me boldly, without fear of condemnation, so you can find refreshment and restoration for your weary soul. Every prayer uttered, every breath of worship, and every tear shed in my presence draws you closer to the heart of divine fellowship. Choose to place your hand in mine and walk the path of trust, even when the terrain ahead looks daunting. Faith is not the absence of reason. It is the higher reasoning that acknowledges my sovereignty above every circumstance. Will you rely on your own limited perspective, or will you lean into my infinite wisdom? Surrender your timeline and desired outcomes, for I, who knit you together in the womb, know precisely what will lead you into the fullness of life. You may not see the immediate results you hope for, but do not lose heart, because every moment spent trusting me cultivates a harvest of spiritual depth and unshakable confidence. Talk with me throughout your day, sharing your joys, your frustrations, and your uncertainties, for such transparency paves the way for profound intimacy between us. Let me be your first call in moments of distress, not a last resort after all else fails. As you cultivate this practice of continual prayer, you will discover that my presence becomes more tangible and my guidance clearer. The little nudges, the sense of peace amidst chaos, the confirming word from a stranger. These are some of the many ways I respond when you keep the lines of communication open. Never doubt that I am able and willing to meet you right where you are, no matter how ordinary the moment. Relinquish the urge to control outcomes that are beyond your scope, for this surrender lies at the core of authentic trust. When you release the need to manipulate or orchestrate every detail, you provide room for me to move in ways that far exceed your expectations. Just as a gardener places seeds into the earth and trusts them to grow, so must you plant your prayers in confidence and leave the results to me. This posture of dependence frees you from the tyranny of worry, allowing you to stand steadfast in the knowledge that I hold your future secure. Lean on me, and I will show you wonders that surpass your best-laid plans. If prayer is the lifeline of your spirit, then trust is the breath that sustains it, enabling you to persevere even when answers seem delayed. In the waiting, I am refining your character, teaching you patience and unveiling aspects of my nature you might overlook in times of immediate gratification. Though you might grow weary of waiting, I assure you that my purposes for you remain good and timely. Do not let impatience erode your faith. Instead, let anticipation enrich your prayers, turning your heart into fertile ground for miracles yet to come. Rest in my promise that those who wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. Align your desires with my will, and watch as your prayers become powerful declarations that shift circumstances, break strongholds, and bring healing and hope to those around you. When your heart beats in harmony with mine, you will find that prayer is not merely a ritual, but a collaborative dance between Creator and creation. You speak, and I respond. I speak, and you obey, forming a rhythm of divine partnership that transforms not only your life, but the world you touch. Do not underestimate the influence of a single prayer offered in genuine faith, for it can unleash blessings far beyond your immediate circle. Stand in the confidence that your prayers are heard, your trust is cherished, and your future is held in my capable hands. I urge you to keep coming to me with all you have, no matter how insignificant it seems, for I specialize in turning the small and ordinary into the miraculous. Cling to me with unwavering devotion, and I will do more than you can ask or imagine, making all things work together for your good. As you commit to this sacred exchange of prayer and trust, you will witness my hand intervening, guiding, and ushering you into a life that overflows with peace, power, and purpose. Do not delay. Speak to me now and discover the treasures of my heart reserved for those who dare to believe. I have prepared a future overflowing with blessings for you, a promise that stands unshaken even when the present seems uncertain. You may question how these blessings can come to pass amidst trials, but remember that my power is neither limited by human logic nor deterred by the obstacles you face. Instead, the very challenges that threaten to derail you can become stepping stones that propel you into the next phase of your destiny. Lift your eyes above the struggles of this moment and dare to envision a tomorrow where my goodness abounds, flowing into every area of your life. Though the road ahead may twist and turn, I am the steady hand guiding you toward a horizon radiant with hope. Believe me when I say that your tears and prayers have not gone unnoticed. Each one has been like a seed planted in the soil of faith. Over time, these seeds will sprout into testimonies of my faithfulness, stories you will share to uplift others who wander in shadows of doubt. Even the bleakest winters of your soul will eventually give way to the vibrant spring of renewal, for I am the God who restores the years that sorrow has consumed. Keep your heart expectant as a gardener watches the earth for signs of growth, trusting that transformation unfolds according to my perfect timing. You will look back someday with awe, realizing that every delay and detour was molding you into a vessel equipped to receive the abundance I've promised. The adversities you endure now serve to refine and strengthen you, much like gold is purified in the furnace, shedding impurities until it gleams with unmatched luster. So do not be discouraged if you find yourself in the heat of testing, for these seasons often precede extraordinary breakthrough. In the midst of the fire, my presence is there, shielding you from destruction and forging attributes in you that reflect my character: patience, resilience, compassion, and unshakable faith. When you emerge, you will shine as a testimony of perseverance, inspiring others to trust that I, the Almighty, bring beauty out of ashes. The future I have in store for you is not a fragile dream, but a reality grounded in my immovable word. I encourage you to keep moving forward, no matter how small the steps may seem, for progress is not defined by speed, but by the persistence to keep putting one foot in front of the other. Think of a seedling pushing through the soil. It emerges gradually, yet with relentless determination. In the same way, your future unfolds with each act of faith, each prayer uttered, and each moment you choose to believe in my promises rather than the voices of despair. With every small victory, you inch closer to the fullness of what I have destined for you. Do not underestimate these incremental shifts, for in my eyes, each step is a victory worth celebrating. Be assured that what lies ahead is not determined by the missteps of your past, for I am the master of redemption, weaving even your errors into a masterpiece of grace. Allow yourself to dream once more, to envision a life where obstacles turn into opportunities and where broken pieces are reassembled into something more beautiful than before. In your forward march, carry the lessons gleaned from yesterday without dragging the weight of regret, for I specialize in turning what was meant for harm into a platform for growth. Let the future be a canvas for my artistry, and watch as I paint new possibilities, new relationships, and new horizons that testify to my limitless creativity. You may feel unqualified or uncertain about the grand plans I have for you, but take heart in knowing that I often call those who see themselves as weak or insufficient, showcasing my power in their lives. In my kingdom, it is not about human credentials, but about a heart willing to serve, to love, and to walk in obedience. You are the perfect candidate for unimaginable blessings, precisely because you recognize your need for me. When doubts arise, remind yourself that my strength is perfected in your weakness, allowing you to achieve what you could never accomplish alone. Trust in this principle of divine empowerment, and watch as I exceed your most audacious hopes. Let your vision for the future be shaped by promises rather than by fears, for fear only clouds your judgment and blocks you from embracing my limitless grace. Instead, let faith guide your steps, declaring that if I am for you, no adversity can ultimately prevail. Speak life over your tomorrow, sowing words of hope and expectancy into your spirit and into the atmosphere around you. Proclaim that your greatest breakthroughs are yet to come, that your finest seasons are on the horizon, and that my favor will rest upon all you undertake. The power of life and death resides in your tongue, so use it to declare my truths, aligning your perspective with my own. I remind you that these troubles, real as they are, will pass, and you will witness miracles that eclipse your present trials. Scripture is replete with accounts of my faithfulness, from delivering a nation out of slavery to parting seas and halting storms, and I remain the same miracle-working God today. Reflect on these stories not as distant legends, but as testimonies to what I am still capable of performing in your own journey. By faith, grasp hold of my promise to work all things, yes, even your current struggles, together for your good. Let every obstacle you face become an opportunity to witness my mighty hand, building an unshakable trust that endures all circumstances. You stand at the threshold of a new day, brimming with potential that awaits your partnership with me. Do not allow hesitation to rob you of the wonders that come from bold steps of faith. Even if you have failed in previous attempts, this new season offers a fresh start, a clean slate ordained by my mercy and empowered by my Spirit. Step forward with the assurance that I go before you, preparing every detail, opening doors no one can shut, and illuminating the path so you do not stumble. My plans for your future are as bright as the promises I have spoken over you, and I will never rescind them, for my word is everlasting. Take this as your commission. Step out and discover the riches of my grace that lie on the other side of hesitation. Have courage to cast your net into deeper waters, even when you've toiled all night without success. Believe in the harvest I have prepared, and do not fear the unknown, because I hold it in the palm of my hand. As you align your hopes with my promises, you will see the dawn of new beginnings that outshine every disappointment. Embrace the future with joy, for the days ahead are not just an extension of what has been, but a bold canvas on which I will display my grandeur, blessing you beyond measure for my glory. My love for you will never fade, no matter how your circumstances shift or how your emotions fluctuate, for my affection is rooted in eternal covenant. I take delight in declaring this love again and again, for it remains the anchor of your faith and the wellspring of your hope. You need not perform or prove yourself to secure my devotion. I have chosen you, and my choice is irrevocable. Even when you feel distant or unworthy, my arms remain open, eager for your return and ready to envelop you in unshakable acceptance. Let this truth settle in your heart as the final word on your identity. You are cherished, you are valued, and you will forever be encircled by my embrace. I bless you now with the abundance of heaven, pronouncing favor over your household and loved ones, proclaiming that your future is brimming with possibility. This blessing is not a superficial sentiment, but a powerful decree woven with divine authority. May peace settle on your home, may provision meet your every need, and may a sense of purpose invigorate every pursuit you undertake. Embrace these blessings as an inheritance freely given, and do not doubt that my intention is to prosper you and give you a hope-filled destiny. The road will not always be easy, but my blessing ensures you will not walk it alone, for I, the Good Shepherd, lead you onward. Walk forward, then, with the peaceful assurance that my presence goes before you, preparing every twist and turn, lighting every shadowed corner. When your spirit grows weary, lean on me and find renewed strength. When you doubt, recall the countless times I have proved myself faithful, and trust that I will do so again. I commission you to stride into this new season with a heart of gratitude and expectation, clinging to the promises outlined in these words. You are not venturing into uncharted territory alone. You tread ground I have already sanctified, ground where my glory can be revealed through your perseverance and devotion. Keep your eyes on the horizon, for I have placed dreams and visions in your heart that align with my eternal plans. Do not belittle these yearnings, nor abandon them due to fear or temporary obstacles. Keep pressing on, knowing that my Spirit equips you with wisdom, creativity, and resilience, shaping you into a beacon of hope for others. As you pursue these God-given dreams, allow them to be guided by the principles of love, service, and humility, for these virtues testify to my nature. Step boldly, my beloved, and you will see how I cause all things to flourish under the canopy of my divine care. No matter what you face, remember the unassailable truth that you are never alone, for I am always with you, enveloping you in my infinite love. Let this constant companionship dispel the loneliness that tries to creep in and erode your confidence. When the night seems too long, rest in the assurance that the dawn will come, carried on the wings of my faithful promise. My desire is that you remain mindful of my nearness, opening your heart daily to my still small voice, which whispers encouragement and direction in every circumstance. You are part of a grand story, my story, and I treasure every chapter penned with your cooperation. Carry forward the precious lessons you have gleaned in our time together, weaving them into the tapestry of your everyday life. Let your conversations, your actions, and your innermost thoughts be colored by the grace you have received here. Be generous with that grace, extending it to those who are hungry for hope and weary from the burdens of life. As you serve others with compassion, you will find your own spirit lifted, and my joy overflowing in and through you. Do not underestimate the ripple effect of a life surrendered to my purposes, for through small acts of kindness, entire communities can be transformed. If discouragement tries to re-enter your heart, recall the promises I have spoken. My unchanging love, my covenant of blessing, my presence that guides and protects, my invitation to prayerful trust, and my vision for a hopeful future. Let these truths be the shield that deflects every arrow of doubt, a fortress against every lie that aims to steal your confidence. Each day offers a fresh opportunity to embrace my word as the lamp unto your feet and the light unto your path. Let hope lead you, let courage sustain you, and let faith ignite the potential that I have placed within you. I remind you, beloved, that nothing can separate you from my love, not hardship, not failure, not even the adversaries that try to stand in your way. This love is your guarantee, your foundation, and your triumph. When you walk in the awareness of this truth, you become fearless, able to face adversity without bowing to despair. It is my joy to see you rise above every limitation, reflecting the strength I have deposited in your spirit. I encourage you to stand tall, confident that the God who formed galaxies also formed you for a destiny that radiates purpose and significance. As our conversation draws to a close, do not let the flame of enthusiasm wane, but kindle it each morning as you meditate on my character and my words. The days ahead beckon with divine possibility, and I have appointed you for such a time as this. Let your faith be the spark that ignites passion in the hearts of those around you, bearing witness to the life-transforming power of my grace. I go with you, ensuring that every journey you undertake holds the potential for both blessing and growth, drawing you ever closer to the fullness of who I created you to be. Now, my child, step forward into the promise of a new dawn, carrying the reassurance that the very best is yet to come. In all your pursuits, in your highs and lows, in your questions and revelations, know that I remain steadfast, a constant North Star guiding you home. May your life shine as a testament to my goodness, an ongoing testimony that declares my provision, my protection, and my everlasting love. The path stretches wide before you, and I encourage you to walk it with your head held high, for I am with you always, ensuring that no step is taken without my watchful gaze. This is my solemn vow, to be your God, your refuge, and your joy, from this moment and forevermore.